Hey YouTube, it's Normal Life. Welcome back to my channel. And we're going to look at how can we fully rank and unlock every single attachment on the Cold War AK47 because I think it's going to be the meta. It's going to be in the meta, but maybe not the best gun, but one of the best guns. It's probably going to replace the AMAX really. And if you're like me, you haven't actually fully upgraded your AK47 because you don't have Cold War, you don't use this gun a lot because it's only just been around really to use. So you're probably low on the level, but I'm going to show you how to actually fully get it to the top level within 1 hour. Now, I don't actually use this gun because I don't think it's meta. I believe there is a meta gun, which I'll talk about in a different video. But definitely use this gun. It's really important that you use this gun because you would literally just take out people right, left and centre. So we're going to show you how to do it through talking through my gameplay, and it's so easy. You actually don't need to fire one bullet. It's that easy to fully rank. If you want to rank any gun really, you can use this tactic. So just looking at my AK-47 already, I haven't got all of the attachments. I'm on level 29 at the moment. And yeah, you want to try and get the best ones, which is basically the last ones that you can get. Also guys, if you're new around here, don't forget to like the video to help the video with the algorithm of YouTube, and write a comment below what you're going to use as your meta guns, and also if you're new around here, consider subscribing. So how you do this is pretty easy, to be fair. Before you start a game, you need to set up some tokens before you start playing. If you haven't got any, that's absolutely fine, but if you have, definitely use them. So the double XP for weapons. So try and use one at a time. Obviously you want to try and do it in an hour, so try and use the double one within 1 hour. Now be warned, when you start the token, the countdown starts straight away. So you have to use another token afterwards because of the load screens, get into another game. And that's quite the bad thing about the tokens, that it just counts down. It doesn't actually count the games that you've played. So you will have to use more than one token. So what you want to do, you're going to start a game of plunder, and you're going to make sure that it is do not fill squad. So I've just left, just double check, yeah, don't fill, and I'm going to start a game of plunder. Now, when playing plunder, you've got to make sure that you don't fill, because you want to do everything on your own, so you get nothing's distracting, nothing's taking contracts away. So you need to make sure that you're on your own doing this. But the tactic I'm going to show you is actually quicker than playing multiplayer with your gun or playing any battle royale mode as well. Also, in your weapon loadouts, make sure you've got the AK-47 ready, so you've got that gun selected ready for plunder. Obviously, if you're not having the AK-47 in your hands, you won't upgrade it. So my game has started of plunder. I'm on my own. I've got the AK-47 in my hands, ready to start. And as you can see, when I get straight into the map, the first thing I'm going to look for is a helicopter. Okay, so you want to try and get to a helicopter as quick as possible. So the game's loaded. I'm now going to get my map up on my screen to see where the nearest helicopter is, which I think we all know is going to be one at hospital, the way the flight line goes. That makes sense to try and get that. If you think you can't get it in time, don't worry, go to somewhere you think is going to be quiet, so probably Summit. So I'm going to challenge for this one. To get it, you need to land just before you go to hospital. So don't go past hospital, or don't land straight on top of it, just before, so you can do like literally a diagonal dive down, and then I'm going to deploy my parachute just before I get to the helicopter. I don't want to get killed, so the aim of the game really is do not get killed. Make sure your helicopter stays alive as long as possible. So the first thing you want to do then is go towards a supply run. Okay, so I'm going to get a supply run, and then I'll land it safely because I don't want to damage any part of the helicopter. I want it to last as long as possible, because you are going to get some people, sweaty people, that just want to shoot you down. So what I do now, I go towards my supply run, I mark it, and then when I mark it, I then mark the next one. So you want to try and mark and plan ahead the next supply run, the supply run, supply run. The reason why you want supply runs only, so I'm getting someone shooting me as well. Just avoid them. You don't need to engage or anyone. Don't need to fire a bullet. The reason why you want supply runs, you get 500 XP with your weapons, with all contracts, but because supply runs you can do within seconds, so you can get 500 XP quick as possible. Now, the reason why this is better than playing any multiplayer or any other battle royale modes, every kill that you get is 100 XP. So I'm basically killing 5 people just by doing these contracts. And this is the quickest way you can get XP for your weapon, just doing supply runs with a helicopter. Get in the contract, and then as you can see what I just did earlier, I planned the next one, and I'm just literally doing this for the whole of the plunder game. But I'm going to show you examples what you need to do if someone does shoot at you, or if someone is trying to get your helicopter, or how to actually maneuver your helicopter the best as well, because people can crash helicopters. It's so easy to crash a helicopter just off a lamppost, a corner of a building. So it is really important to master the helicopter, how to try and fly it. So same again, I'm going to go towards my contract, get myself nice and high so I can put my map on my screen so I'll know where I'm going. Don't go near any trees as possible, and as you can see what I've just done there, I actually just landed on the contract. So you don't actually need to leave your helicopter. If you've got the AK47 in your hands last before you enter the helicopter, you can get this done so much easier. So I've got the next contract. As you can see, look at the minimal damage I've done to my helicopter. You can actually damage it when you land on the ground, so you need to land it quite softly. Now the next one we're going to go to, this is what happens if the PlayStation is quite near a building. You don't want to crash your helicopter, so just quickly land near it and just get in and out as quick as you possible, because you don't want to get shot. Just spin around and get back in the helicopter. Okay, so you don't need to land it on top of it, it's next to a building, because you just don't want to get it, basically crash it and hunt for another helicopter. If you do crash your helicopter, the game's not over. Just go to the nearest one if it hasn't been used. If there's no helicopters left, all I suggest you to do is quit the game and start again. Just because other vehicles, they can do it quick, but not as quick as a helicopter. So you're kind of wasting your time, especially if you've used a token. Okay, so the next one I'll get, this is what happens if you get shot. This is what you need to do if someone shoots at you. So I'm going to go over here. I believe it actually is going to be quite safe because it's quite far out. A lot of most players are in downtown or at the storage town, which most of the action happens. So I believe it's quite safe at the moment. I come towards my next contract, and then I get shot. Now, what I try and do is try and assess, is it just one person or is it a team? Then I realise it's actually a whole team. And what they're doing, they're chipping away my helicopter. And if they chip away my helicopter, the helicopter becomes useless, and it wastes my game because I've got to search for another one or possibly quit. So if you do get shot at and you could potentially die or get your helicopter too damaged, just get out of there, get to the next one. So I'm now at Salt Mine. Salt Mine's actually a really good place to do contracts. Hardly anybody goes towards Salt Mine. Or what used to be, what did it used to be called? I actually forgot what it was called. Okay, Sam again, I'm going for this PlayStation. Do not fly near the building because you'll destroy it and waste your game. Just get in and out, do the spin and get back in there. And then I've already planned my next one ahead. And I'll just all I do is just quickly spin the helicopter and go to the next one. So I've got the next one. As you can see, like most of them go to the same place, and where I've been is pretty safe. So I'll just repeat the same manoeuvres with the helicopter. And how you actually manoeuvre the helicopter is pretty easy, to be fair. You need to make sure that you're not holding down on the decrease or increase when going up or down. You need to basically spin your helicopter or do a big hoop to try and get down as low as possible. So I'm holding the decrease button, but I'm moving, so I'm not going slowly down. Now, as you just seen here, a contract got taken. Someone else is doing the same tactic. So some people are quite switched on and do the same as you. Don't worry, it happened. You just go to the next one. Now, usually you've got a bit of a friendship going on, to be fair. People who've got helicopters won't bother you, and you won't bother them because you're there for the same thing. You're not bothered about killing each other. Some people could be toxic. Take your helicopter out so you don't challenge for contracts with them, but you hardly come across them, so don't worry if you see someone with a helicopter. It's just basically try and avoid them. You keep that neutral agreement that you're not bothered with each other, you're just bothered about getting the contracts done. I'm now going to show you how to maneuver a helicopter. So you're going to press decrease, and all you're going to do is do a big hoop, and you'll get down to the floor within seconds instead of literally going to the floor already. So I'm just doing a big hoop on myself, so then I can try and land it down. Okay, instead of being high and low, really slowly. Okay, and then I'll spin it out again. Now your target with contracts is to probably do around about, well, anything past 10 supply runs is perfect, is ideal. That's when you really rank up the points. Now if you do over 10 within every match, you can get your AK47 fully upgraded within 1 hour. Okay, even if you start from like 0, but most people might have used it but got it slightly ranked. But yeah, you can fully upgrade your AK47 really quickly within 1 hour using the tokens, doing the supply runs, and having a perfect supply run match. Each one you do, what you can fit in at least 5. Yeah, you can fit in 5 plunder games within 1 hour. So yeah, you can definitely get it done, guys. So I'm on my last few. Your XP goes up when it's in the last few minutes by 750 points. So take advantage of that. Try and get as many as you can here. So I'm taking a risk here because I know there's a bit of shooting going on. There's shooting in this building, and you're actually going to see what the AK47 can do, especially at close range. It literally shreds people. Boom. Done. That's how good the gun is without even fully upgrading it. Just quite great time to kill. So I'm literally coming to my last one here. As you can see, I've got 750 XP just for doing that, the last few ones. Now I've only got a few seconds on the clock, so I realise I'm not going to get this done in time. So what you do, we've got a few seconds on the clock, don't quit, just get the XP from the game when you finish, and just basically have a bit of fun. Try and land your helicopter on someone, try and get a kill if you can, just to add to your XP, or just do something funny at the end. So I'll try to land my helicopter on my bounty, which I believe was on the roof, which didn't pay off because the completely missing the game was over anyway. So yeah, complete a game plunder. Get up to, I think I got 11 or 12, I can't really remember, and then you'll literally upgrade your gun as quick as possible. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I actually upgraded my gun up to 36 after 1 game, so from 29 to 36. Obviously it gets a bit harder when you go to the higher numbers, but if I played another 3, 4, 5 games of this, which I can do within 1 hour, it would be fully upgraded to the last attachments that you need. So this is how you upgrade your AK47, which could be the next meta. It is a really good gun, guys. You see me in action use it. Remember guys, if you're new around here, consider subscribing. Don't forget to like the video to help it with the algorithm. Write a comment below as well what guns you're using, and I'll see you all in my next video.